I don't think I can see how I look on camera.
She can't. She's got eyes. And you know she can see video screens. She watches TV on her. Bitch, you can't just sit like that.
I love how she always looks at me like, so where are you going to sit?
Come on. Come on. Move your big fat butt so you can sit down. Come on. She's like a weeble. I am recording, right? Yes, okay. Hey everyone, welcome to this new episode of So I Married a Geek, where we invite you into our lives of fun and dramaticness and adventures. I'm Gavin and this is Phil.
Yes.
I have to introduce him because he's not wanting to talk this week, and this is Dog, our spoiled animal.
Who never talks, but you don't talk shit to her about it.
Oh yeah, I did. She didn't bark for the longest time. We didn't know she could bark when she got here. And then one day she just started barking and just barks at fucking wind, and she chases fireworks when they go across the backyard and hits the fence like a fucking juggernaut, and just gets me, like, she's just weird, y'all. We're gonna do a show this week about Dog, just so you can understand what it is we have. But today I wanted to, special is one way to put it, I want to talk about something that just really irks me. So, I don't usually go out and have lunch at work. I'll take something with me, or I just won't think about it. The other day I was really hungry. I was like, I want a chicken sandwich, so I want to go to Burger King. Are you paying attention to me?
I can do two things at once.
She can't. I need her full attention too.
Oh, my bad. Dog, pay attention to him.
And so,
Evidently there's going to be a quiz when it's over.
There will be, you just don't know. So I have to drive by this elementary school on my way to the Burger King that's by my office. And I drive by and I look and I see just rows of advertisement banners on the fence of businesses that sponsor the school.
Yeah.
And I think, when did we stop valuing education, y'all? To the point where schools have to sell out to businesses? That's my first problem. My second problem, as a business, why the fuck do you want to credit sponsoring a school instead of doing it because it's the right thing to do? When did charity become name recognition? I hate the fact that that's what most people do. But if I were a business and I sponsored a school, I would not need anything in return because I'm doing it for the good. Not because you're going to put my fucking name on a fence or brought to you by. Like, I don't do that shit. Like, even at the gas station when they're like, hey, you want to put your name on this balloon? No, I draw a happy face. Because I don't need someone going, oh, what a great person that is for donating $1 to Children's Miracle Network. Like, I fucking hate the way people treat charity these days.
Okay, well, to answer your first question, as soon as Texas became a hardcore red state, we stopped valuing education. Education provides the tools necessary to ask questions, and Republicans don't like an educated populace that asks questions. That's why they don't support universal pre-K, because universal pre-K has been shown to have better outcomes for children. They tend to get better grades, they're better thinkers, they go to college, and if you have that, you have people who then question the autocratic and anti-democratic things that you do. It's why the Catholic Church for centuries didn't want the people to be able to read. If you could read the Bible, then you knew they were lying to you about things. So we live in a state that doesn't want to spend money on education because then you're going to have people who are like, man, y'all do really fucked up shit as legislators. Second, we live in a world where everyone wants credit for doing just the bare minimum decent thing to do. It's really, really sad. I mean, it's like...
Her barking now. Dog!
I'm not gonna... I don't talk about my job and where I used to work or anything, but I've told you before. I used to hate when people I worked with would go on Facebook and be like, oh, it was just such a hard week, but I do it for... And I'm not gonna say what the reasons they did it, because it would give too much away about... But anyway... I did it for X. If you did it for that reason, why the fuck you gotta tell everybody about it? Maybe you did it because you wanted attention. And there are way too many people who are so needy these days that they need attention for
I think
everything.
As a business, if you need attention, then you've missed the point of something.
Oh no, for businesses it's always about making money. That's why they do it. If they have their name on that school, it's a reminder that they're around the corner and they sell shit for you to go buy.
I don't think people need a reminder that, Walmart is there, or HB is there, or Jobo's gas station is there. They
But
know.
they do. That's why they spend money on advertisement.
They don't, though. People are not spending money on advertisements anymore. I work at a radio station. We cannot get sales. Dave works at radio stations. Cannot get sales on
but
major
because
network
no one
stations.
listens to the radio anymore.
Even
but
companies TV is the same
companies
way.
like Coke still spend $1 billion on advertisement. Why? Everyone knows who the hell Coke is.
They don't spend quite as much on advertising anymore because people already know who they are.
They still spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year like no one knows they like Coke better than they like Pepsi or vice versa. But it's the nature of business. You advertise to try to out-advertise your competitors. And the sad thing is, now that schools can't afford basic shit that they need, they have to become billboards for their neighborhood businesses that sponsor them.
That depresses me to no end when I drive by and just see all of these banners that are printed, and I'm sitting there thinking, how sad. Like, I thought lottery was supposed to fix that. I thought...
No, because that's a regulated agency. So even though a portion of the proceeds of your lottery purchase go toward education, a lot of what you spend goes toward the entire agency that supports the game. So you're paying for an entire group of people and their salaries and their benefits and the software and all of that. And the little tiny percentage of it goes toward education.
And you're right, the social media postings about, I just do it for this, or I also call it vague booking when they were like, I'm just not having a day right now. Because why did you put that on fucking social media? Unless you want someone responding and getting some sort of attention. I think they've realized that that's a disorder these days. This social media attention grabs, it's a mental disorder. And when it comes to the charity thing, like even with the dollar balloons, you should not put your name on it. Like, I mean, it's good to see, hey, look how much money we raised with all these balloons, but I was like, well, you want to donate $1? Yeah, that's fine. No, I don't need to do anything. Just give them the $1. I'll throw extra change in the Ronald McDonald House bucket because I know they do amazing work. I do it when I can, but I don't do it so people can see my name on a board, and that just makes me sad to think that that's why people are doing it, because they want to see their name on a board. Like, I don't think I've ever even used the coupons that come with them. Like, the gas station by the house is usually, here, you do the $1, you get a coupon for a free fountain drink, and I never use them. I just go buy a fountain drink. Where I work is another thing.
It's sad, though, because the school that you're talking about, I know where you're talking about, and that's the school I went to when I was really little. And we didn't have banners for businesses that were sponsoring shit. I guess back then they were still funding education correctly, and so they didn't have to sell fence space to show off who was giving them money. Like, it was a different world.
I lost my train of thought.
He's going off the rails on a Gavin.
It'll come back to me. The other thing that drives me crazy is we used to name buildings and arenas and stages after people who are important.
Basketball called that one a long time ago.
Now it's like, here's the AT&T Center, here's the Dell Diamond. I'm like,
here's Tampax Arena.
Yeah, Tampax Arena. I'm like,
Basketball called that shit a long time ago. The guys from South Park are just prophets of doom.
and I thought about that because something I don't ever think about is Harold Green Road, which is one road down from us on the toll road to the building Tesla factory. And Tesla put up a sign calling it Tesla Road, and the city decided to change it from Harold Green to Tesla Road. And you don't really think about it until you realize who Harold Green was.
Who was he?
He was like this amazing educator, man of the city, charitable, like a really, really good guy. And he lived out this way, which is why they named the road after him. And the city unceremoniously just said, yeah, we're going to call it Tesla Road now. So this man's legacy or remembrance of something we don't ever think about, but someone did, is now gone.
Well, but our generation's supervillain had to build his factory out here, so we all have to bow down to him. And I don't give a shit. I know lots of people think he's a nice guy or whatever. He's not. He's a piece of shit. He's a jerk. He is our generation supervillain.
That haircut's not doing anything for him. He looks
Those
like
hair plugs aren't doing anything for him.
like I want a Tesla. I want a Tesla car so bad.
I will never ever drive a Tesla.
You don't
I
have
won't
to.
let
I
one.
will.
I won't let it be in the driveway.
It'll be in the garage then.
No, we will never support that monster.
But anyway, so I've always had a problem with naming things after fucking businesses just because they sponsored it. The point was to memorialize important people who did great things with buildings that people could remember. Like, I don't know what they're going to do when they destroy the Frank Erwin Center, because aren't they supposed to be building like a nursing center with street level retail? I'm like, do we need more of that?
Yeah, I think you're... The problem is you're remembering our city as it was when we were kids, not
It's
what
not.
it has become. Like I said, we call it the live music capital of the world, but then where we have live music, you're not allowed to play live music after 10 p.m. because it might disturb the neighbors.
See, here's what I don't understand. South Park Meadows was the prime example. South Park Meadows was the best place.
venue ever.
Far South Austin,
Oh
outdoor
my God, it was amazing.
music. Someone decided to build a neighborhood across the street from it. You fucking know you are moving into a neighborhood next to a major music venue and then complain.
And turn it into a shopping center.
That is now one of the highest traffic mortality rate areas in the city because it's so congested and so fucked up the way they designed it. But you moved across the street from a music venue knowing on weekends it's going to get crazy. You should not have the right to complain. You knew what you were walking into.
Like I said, we're the live music capital of the world. The Red River District was one of the most famous places to go see live music. But now you can't have live music after like 10 p.m. because the dickheads who got apartments across the street from all these venues complained. And then the rent got raised so much by all of these ridiculous hotels they propped up that most of the music venues in the Red River District died. But we're the live music capital of the
The
world.
hotels were the ones that started this because I remember having the conversation with the guy who owned something down there. It's been a while. They built a hotel in the area, and the hotel started complaining because their guests were complaining because the guests weren't aware that they were next to major music venues, and on weekends is when they're busier, they couldn't sleep. So they're trying to soundproof windows and stuff. It's like, one, you knew where you were building your hotel at. You knew what was around. You should not have the right to complain. But because they had more money than the bars around them, they were able to pay their way into getting these ordinances passed.
But it's not just that, though. It's our city's representatives that sold our city
Down
to
the river.
businesses. Everything that was supposed to make Austin unique and what it was is dead. And it's just like they keep electrocuting the corpse to make it kick so they can try to draw on at people's memories of what it once was. But it isn't what it was. It isn't. This is not a city about any of that. It is now about the people who can spend the most money to get their name on the billboard and on the street signs. They sold the city. It's sold. It's bought and sold.
And it's sad. It's sad to think this house come. It's sad to think that people do charity for recognition. This is what I was going to talk about. I work at a company that should be very charitable by nature because it's a Christian radio station. Every single time we run a campaign for something where we need donations, they fail because nobody wants to donate. Except we used to always do this thing called Gospel for Asia where you could call in and donate money to buy animals for these missionaries that go to Asia, like things that would help the village survive. Like you could help to buy a well or chickens or stuff that they could, use. No one ever supported it except the year where we gave them Schlitterbahn tickets for donations. We raised so many $20 chickens that year because people were getting $200 in Schlitterbahn tickets. The only year we were successful was that. We did another campaign, it was called Backpacks for Kids, where they would do backpacks with school supplies for kids overseas. so they go to school. Nobody donated until the year where we gave them a free Rudy's Turkey coupon for donating. So they spent $20 to buy a backpack for kids, and they got a $50, like $50 turkey. That should have been a major indication that charity does not exist without reward. And I keep asking the people on my station, why is it this way? Why is it this way when they should be more willing to give? Well, that's just the way it is. That's what I'm told. That's not how it should be, especially if you claim to be a Bible-believing Christian.
Oh, but we know that doesn't mean what it once did.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Now it means literally beating somebody with your book.
And it bothers me. So anytime it even comes up that should we do this campaign, I'm like, we shouldn't. My coworker's like, no, we shouldn't. It never succeeds. We waste so much time and effort trying to do something, and we don't have anything to give anybody. So the Slitterbomb one was crazy. $20 for a pair of chickens. Not that hard. Give them $200 in Slitterbomb tickets. They're lining up to give that $20 chicken. And I'm like, y'all, for real?
Yep.
For real. That was, honestly to God, the only time we were ever a success. I mean, I cannot imagine how embarrassing it must be to turn in your report at the end of the campaign and show 2 donations made by employees and none from callers, but then the next time, you're skyrocketed on our chickens. We got more chickens than we know what to do with. Well, it's because it was the cheapest thing you could donate.
Mm-hmm.
I think people handle charity wrong. It's not about recognition. It's about helping and doing the right thing. I will never do it for recognition. You will never see me go online claiming for recognition. You won't even know I fucking did it because it'll never come up. It won't. As a business, as an individual, as whatever. I will, if I build something, I will never name it after a company. I will never name it after myself. I'll name it after people who deserve to be named after.
Good. Then that means we're not going to buy a Tesla because it's...
I want a Tesla, bitch.
No, it's not going to happen.
We'll see. Anyways,
Nope.
So that's been today's episode. We hope you guys have enjoyed it because I can't talk apparently. Make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe is the biggest thing for us. We need subscribers to help bolster our numbers. So bolster our numbers so we know we're doing good jobs, and comment away. Let us know. We got a lot of views on Facebook is where most of our views come from. Facebook or Twitch. We got a lot of Twitch viewers. YouTube, I guess, just isn't the place for people to watch most things anymore, but we still go strong. Anyways, yeah, we're going to have more fun this week. It'll be interesting. Why are you looking at me like, well?
Because you're crazy.
We already knew that.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck you. This is what I deal with, y'all. This is what I have to fucking live with.
Someone who knows you're crazy?
Someone who uses it against me.
I don't ever use it against you. I just remind you that you're crazy.
That's using it against me. I don't care what he says.